Hi.
Hello, how
Hi,
are you?
Taylor. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, man, it's been a busy, busy weekend, right?
Yes, yes, it
Are you
has. I
swamped just
have.
like everybody else?
Yes, I was. I had a very extensive list, and I actually made a TikTok video and put the song behind it. We're pulling an all nighter, and I was like, this literally has come to pass. It just seems like
Oh, yeah.
all of the effort and the pre-preparations, it don't ever seem to be like enough. And then you got to take into account how people call you, at the last minute or close
Last
to the last
minute.
minute. Yeah.
Do you
So
have anything left? Do you have this left? What do you have left? I need a
yeah.
gift. You have any chocolate dipped strawberries?
Oh man, I did so many of those. Like
Yeah.
crazy.
About
Cause
how
I
many
did.
dozen do you think?
I want to say like at least 4.5 dozen just strawberries by themselves, and then I did like 12 boxes with so like 10.5 to 12 dozen chocolate covered strawberries by themselves.
That's a lot.
Yeah, in
That's a
between
lot.
the boxes, and then some by themselves. So
Yeah, what do you mean boxes? There you had like Valentine boxes with the whoopie pies, the velvet whoopie pies. What else? I saw
yep,
some pretzels in there.
and then some strawberry cupcakes, two strawberry cupcakes, two red velvet cookie sandwiches with cream cheese, buttercream, two pretzel rods, four chocolate covered strawberries, one chocolate covered Oreo, and some just like random candies, like some Hershey
Yeah,
Kisses and some
yeah.
Lindor strawberry and cream candy. So that was all in one box.
Very nice, very nice. I know that even though I had some sales, they weren't huge this time. Normally I'm slammed. I don't know if it was because of, you know, a number of reasons. We had a lot of snow here. So I don't
Oh
know.
man.
I don't know. But, definitely had some chocolate dipped Oreos. I did the donuts, the donut
Mhm.
cone. Um,
Oh, you got
did
some
some
orders for that? Good
I
job.
did some yeah, donut codes. I did some, of course, some torlitas.
Hmm.
And the good news is that I have orders already come in just from the weekend. Just say, hey, can you do this in April? Can you do this in, May? So my calendar is already, getting filled up just from doing some promotion that I did on with you and with Instagram. So Instagram and Facebook and things like that. You know, um, sometimes it's like that in business. Sometimes you have a flood just like you, and sometimes it's like, now where is everybody? Usually I'm
Hey,
slammed,
right.
even though
At them times
mhm,
where it's like, where is everybody? I just feel like guys, like, obviously you need a rest. You need to just take a break from your
yeah,
situation.
yeah,
Yeah.
calm
And
before the storm.
right then they all come flooding right back in. You be like, man, that break was nice. It was nice.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see when it comes to this time that we're in. It's normally wedding season, it's warm bridal shower, baby shower, those
Mother's
types of
Day,
things.
all those.
Mother's Day, all the holidays are coming up. And so anyway, there's room for improvement in every stone after everything. But
It's
today,
always a holiday every month, some
yeah,
place.
yeah, it seems like, and that's good for business. That's just good for business. And it's good what we're going to talk about today, how to have your packaging, set up. We're just going to touch about some tools and packaging. But before we get started, this is episode 11.
11.
11. What?
Yeah,
Can you believe
episode.
it? Can you believe it?
I am shocked every time we record. We made it. We made it, guys. We made it.
Yes, and we got some good things on the horizon. Some special guests that I'm excited. We got some confirmed guests that is largely known around the nation who's going to join us. We have things about some legal things in business that will be coming up, and how to square up your business or shore up, or how to solidify your business dealings with some things. And I'm just excited about the road ahead. Number 11 and onward.
Right? Onward and forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So,
welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 11. And we just gonna introduce ourselves. I am Taylor with Sweet Spirit Treats. I always almost say with Torlitas because I say it so much to Tamla. But no, okay. I am Taylor with Sweet Spirit Treats from Albion, Michigan. I can be found on Instagram as well as Facebook. We are looking forward to doing some shipping in the future. I know a couple of people have asked about that, and I'm so excited for the things that are to come that we have planned. So that's coming, guys, in the future. Um, yeah, I'm here in Michigan. It is snowy outside. It is
mhm.
inches upon inches of icy, icy and slushy snow. We're expected to have another storm right now. So I'm happy to just be in the house
Mhm.
recording and being able to work from home. I don't know how this the situation that the world is in right now has affected you, but it has driven me to be creative, and I'm excited for that.
Good. So am
Super
I.
excited. Yes.
So I am Tamala with Torlitas for that sweet and crunchy taste. Torlitas is a dessert company located right here in the state of Ohio, the great state of Ohio. And I specialize in salty sweet treats. And my claim to fame are my number one fan favorite blondies, which are white corn tortilla chips with milk chocolate, white chocolate, and almond toffee pieces. If you want to know more about me and my business, you can go to at Torlitas, that's T as in Tuesday, ORLITAS, or you can go to my website, www.torlitas.com. And I'm looking forward to anyone who wants to be a guest on our show, or if you have any questions, please send them to Treat Talk Tuesday at gmail.com. That's Treat Talk Tuesday at gmail.com.
Hey, we also have an Instagram now, and we got a YouTube page. So you'll be able to see this podcast and you'll be able to hear it. And as we expand, we will keep sharing it with you guys.
Yes, can you give them the address for the Instagram?
The Instagram is Tamala and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday, all one word.
Is it or is this Tamala Taylor Treat Talk Tuesday?
I believe it says and.
Okay, we'll double check that. We'll put it somewhere here, there. We'll put it
Right.
somewhere. So,
Around somewhere. We'll get it together,
yeah,
guys.
yeah. Because I was thinking, was it and or not? Because we are, it is some of those things that it's like, are we going to be and or just the name? But we're still new to this. We're definitely growing, and I love it. And we will make sure that you get the information that you need to connect with us. All right, now
Yes. Tam-
center.
Tamala Taylor Treat Talk Tuesday.
Do you know your camera's off?
Oh, no, I did not. I
Oh,
went on
okay.
Instagram to look it up,
Oh,
and it
what is it?
is Tamala Taylor Treat Talk Tuesday.
Okay, so we're Xing out the and on the Instagram.
Correcto.
Okay, all right. And today we're going to talk about what, Taylor? We're going to talk about,
Packaging.
yep, packaging, and we're going to talk about some tools that we have, and we're just really just going to give our experience and share with you, our audience, what packaging means. I know that Taylor, you had said off camera that when it comes to packaging, what did you say? It's like everything.
Yeah, especially I just this past weekend I had three different tiers of boxes. I knew that from past experiences people had tried people have usually bought like the middle tier because of the variety that was in the boxes. That's the one that I had described earlier, but I wanted to do a box that was like extra, as Tamala would put it, was like extra and elevated, right? So I was looking and I was like, what can I do to make everything, like fancier and just like more unique and special. So we did packaging for signature sweet spirit treat boxes. They were all black and they had gold writing on the top. It said sweet spirit treat. We advertised it as like a keepsake box that people can keep even after they eat all the desserts from
Mhm.
it. And so and then I did if you pay like if you did a pre-order and you paid before a certain day, we would put your name inside of the box. So we had a couple of people, they got their name inside of the box, and it was just like an elevated version of the other box. So instead of the regular size cupcakes, we did uh two jumbo extra large red velvet cupcakes
Oh,
with
nice.
cheesecake centers, um and they had floral like a floral arrangement on the top of the cupcakes. Then of course it was more treats in the box, but I did like a signature popcorn. So I popped the popcorn, drizzled it in white chocolate with M&Ms and pretzels. And so everything was just like really nice and fancy and pretty. And like I was so excited for this because people, that's one of the first things that people said even when they were like watching like the videos that I did, was like, wow, the packaging is really nice. So my goal was, I did get the boxes, but I'm trying to use everything that I have already at home and stop going to get new things to add to my repertoire, and just be you getting my money's worth out of the things that I already have. So that's basically what I did with that box. But people kept saying like the packaging on it is really nice, especially like with the all black and then the gold and how it pops. You gotta think about different color patterns when you're doing different things. Um, how every item is going to fit inside of the box, all of those things. So it was really nice.
Very nice. I totally agree with you. When it comes to packaging, Taylor, it means something from, let's say, a $2 product to a $7 product.
Right.
It's all in the packaging. And when you have a product, you always want to be, not only is the product something that's eye appealing, but also the packaging is eye appealing.
Right.
And it's just the elevated experience that I like to call it, that a person, would want. I know I would like to have something a little bit elevated, a little bit extra,
Right.
and I'm just like that. But I'm not opposed to anybody who's just starting out, who has, a box, or, just something to give
Me,
to their customer. And you
I was,
grow over time. You really do
right.
grow over
I was just,
time.
I was just thinking that because like the first cakes that I was making was like I was losing Chinaware because I was putting them on the on the cakes and sending them out to people. No cake boxes involved. It was
Just
some
hoping they bring back the plate.
right, hoping they bring back the plate, some toothpick and some plastic wrap. So yeah, you just have to, you definitely elevate over time, because you, people need to see that what you paid me was not just for nothing. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
You're,
mhm,
as you elevate, um you definitely have to be like aware that that's your advertisement, how you
mhm,
send something out somewhere, how it tastes. But first, somebody's gonna look at it. They're gonna see, even like your videos and stuff. Like, I feel like it's getting better. But like everybody, when they first start out, it is not like they have it all together. It's not easy. Um, just start. That's literally like, we just started. We're like, we're gonna just start. Even with our businesses, is like, all right, we got this idea. We've been having this idea. We're just
mhm.
gonna start. Like, I'm just gonna go in my kitchen and bake something.
And just
Even
do it.
with cakes, I'm just gonna make a box
Mhm,
cake at first. All right, I'm gonna
mhm,
make a box cake. I'm gonna change an ingredient.
mhm,
I remember when I made cakes from scratch at first, people, it's not that the scratch cake was nasty, it's that people expected so much sugar because they didn't have real cakes. They only had cakes from the stores, and like those cakes were filled with like so much sugar that like this lady was like, um yeah, the cake wasn't sweet enough. I'm like, it's a cake, it's sweet. Like, we just not the demographic for me, because you have, I like to make real, cakes.
mhm,
I don't want them
mhm,
to always be like so so she didn't say it was dry or anything. She just said it wasn't sweet enough. So
mhm,
as you elevate, you learn different things. I learned about the simple syrup. I learned that it's a balance. You don't want the cake to be soggy, but you don't want it to be too dry. You know, wrapping it fast. Especially like with cupcakes, you want to keep the cupcakes moist. A couple minutes after they come out of the oven, put some, plastic wrap over them, and it'll
oh,
help like lock in the moisture. If you take a
mhm,
spray bottle and you spray the tops of the cupcakes with simple syrup, it'll keep moisture in. It's so many different tips and tricks you can use. With cookies, when you do cookies and you're doing the packaging, you want to get those sealed up as soon as possible because they dry out. It's so many different things that you learn as you go on. Some things people can explain to you, or people explain to me, and it just wasn't making sense until I was in the situation, and I'm like, all right, you should have put them cookies away, an hour ago, and then you're like, man, I tasted it when it came out the oven. It was really, really good, but it might
yeah,
be summertime. You might need to put them away faster, or it's wintertime. You need to uh keep take them out of the refrigerator a little bit longer, before your customer come, because people just like to dig in. They not saying, oh, it was cold, or something like that. Like, I
okay.
just took them out the refrigerator. They need like 30 minutes to come to room temperature. They're like, no, you're gonna eat it cold or
Yeah,
hot.
they want to dive right into things. And
Right.
I like that tip you said you spray them with the simple syrup. I never would have thought, that's not my lane as a I'm not a baker, I'm a confectioner, chocolatier. But as I didn't know that that was something that you did to, make your remain make sure your cakes and your product are moist when it gets to your customer. So I think this
Yeah,
is an excellent idea. And you have a book on simple syrups, am I correct?
I do have a book on simple syrup, and it is actually for sale. It has lots of recipes on simple syrup, and I'm gonna advertise it more, but it's just so it's just so simple. Like, literally, like, and it's so many other ways that you can add the simple syrup to the cakes, the cupcakes, um, to just make your product, taste better. Yes, it does make it sweeter, but it's a balance to the sweetness. You want it to be like not so sweet that you like get ADD from the sweetness and you be bouncing off everywhere. You just want to have balance. you you want to have balance when you do stuff.
Right. I hear you. I hear
So,
you.
yeah, you add a little bit more if you making a blueberry lemon cake. You add a
Mhm.
little bit less if you're doing a strawberry cake, you know? Just
Okay.
balance it out.
All
But
right. Well, cool.
yeah.
I know that, for me and my product with the torlitas,
Hmm.
that was always an issue for me. I have a couple examples talking about packaging, and we also have some still, some pictures that we'll show you around the video here.
Right.
But there is a difference when it comes to, this is a rather large bag,
Hmm.
when it comes to these clear bags, these clear cellophane bags, okay? There is a 1 mil, they call it 1 mil cellophane, 1.5 mil cellophane. I think it goes all the way up to 3
Right.
3 mil. And that means how tough they are. Some can be put a bowling ball in it, it's not going to tear or break. And then there's different types of clear cellophane bags. So this I purchased from I believe I've purchased from online, but you can get them at cake stores. And this is like you can put a bread bag, a loaf of bread in here. Oops, 1 second. A loaf of bread in here. You can put a loaf of bread in this particular size. And the reason why I'm bringing these clear bags up is because every clear bag is not the same. Okay, it's not
Yeah.
the same. They're not created equal.
Right. They're not
Um,
equal.
the more professional ones, there's even one that's even a high gloss than this. You've seen them in the stores with the ribbons on it. They have a square bottom to it, where maybe there's a card in the bottom where it can stand up on the shelf by itself. And those are the real high, the high caliber, I guess you could say, clear bags. And there's a difference between, this looks flat right now, right? This looks flat, right? But watch
Hmm.
this. It has a pleat in it. Flat bags are good for cards, something that's not bulky. But this is a gusseted. It's called gusseted, and it has a pleat. Okay, you see that? It has a pleat in the side. So that means I can get way more in this bag. If I can show you right, I'm not sure if it's showing up right on the screen here, but I'll show a picture. And it's called gusseted. And that means that you can get more volume in this bag than you can a flat bag. Okay. And this is what I use for my large orders of torlitas. And also, I'm giving you this first before I show you the next one. The next item is called a craft bag, a craft bakery bag. And this craft bakery bag, this is the larger one. This is, I think, the 12 or 13 by something by something by something. I'll give you the, make sure you have the right measurements for it. But this is called a craft bag. And this is actually a white craft bag. I'm not sure how they do it. So you can see that it has, and there is I have a 3 ounce, a 5 ounce, 11 ounce. This is actually the 11 ounce craft size bag.
Hmm.
So I'm showing you these things because back in the day, when I was just a seedling, um, um, there were times that I would just put my product in the craft bag. Okay. And one time somebody said, these are stale. I was like, because I was doing a craft show, a trade show back in the day. And somebody came, these are stale. I'm like, huh? Because it was like a 2 or 3 day event. I'm like, huh? What? These aren't stale. I just made those. I did not know that even though it's a bakery bag, that air still can get into these. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Air can still, and chips with air means what?
Stale.
Exactly. So I had to learn the hard way and quickly that in order for me to have more shelf life out of these my product and these using these bakery bags, so that's how I like to present them,
Mhm.
because it is a fragile product, I had to line the bag and put the item in here in the cellophane bag and then seal it. Okay. And
Yeah.
then seal the bag and then insert it into the craft bag. Okay. So that gave me from a few days shelf life to a 45-day shelf life for my product. Okay. In a cool, dry location.
Just by
Okay.
just by sealing the bag, it changed it to 45 days.
Yes. Just by sealing the bag, I have a shelf life of up to 45 days in a cool, dry location. So when it comes to packaging, it's kind of maybe like, a what's the word I'm looking for or phrase? Um, it's kind of like you have to go and see what's going to work out for you. And you might want to talk to your local um, professional at the professional bake shop and things like that, what they use
Mhm.
to kind of secure your product to have it a better shelf life and a presentation. Now, having said that, I still want to do some different packaging. I would love to get the name of my product so I don't have to use labels on top here. I like to get it all printed. I'd like to have some foil packaging maybe in the future, where it's just everything's like a chip bag. Everything's covered. All I have to do is put the product in and seal it. Okay. So there are some things that I want to do, in order to improve my product. Also, there is a tool that I like to use to seal this bag. Okay. And there's like, when the product gets to the customer, it looks all great. But there's like 10 steps in between making the product and handing it to the customer that they would probably never know. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen to see if I can show the sealer. Okay. Let's see here. So I have a few. Let's see here. I guess we can show this one. So this is a crimper. It's a handheld crimper. It's a sealer actually, and it has a dial tone on it because different bags, folks, have different temperatures in order for it to be sealed. If it goes too high, you'll singe it, and it won't look good. It'll look all nasty. You have to cut it open and take the product out and do something and put another one on it. So different. There's a dial on here that shows you different measurements. I think I have another picture here. It kind of shows you for cellophane, use setting 2. For polypropylene, use a 3, number 3. For the foil or metal bags, use a 4. And this is from Uline, and it's the H1069 edition. It's the handheld edition. I have like 2 or 3 sealers, but this is the one for demonstration purposes. And you'll see here, is kind of like how the grooves are and things like that to make the crimp. Now, before we put the item in the bag with the crimp on it, or crimps in the seal the bag, what I like to do is take some picking shears like this and I cut my bag. Okay. So it just doesn't look like a raw edge. And this is what it kind of looks like. I'm gonna, I did um, some cuts, some construction paper, just to show you the scalloped edge. Now, wouldn't you like to get a scalloped edge? It might not seem like it's a big deal. Like, what's the big deal? Just cut it and put it in the bag. No, but when you have something that you take the time to do that extra step, people do notice. It's all in the packaging. And from there, I put a thank you heart on the back of the on the back of the packaging before I close it and seal it. So there's a couple other things that we have also for tools.